So we are looking at world's tallest buildings on page 13. So today we are using estimating and number sentences to solve story problems, okay? So we are going to be looking at this. Let's take a look at number 1. So at first it's going to ask us to estimate, and then we're going to then we're going to actually solve it, okay? So we're combining two things today. So for number 1, it says, Terrell is a competitive stair climber. He competes by climbing stairs as fast as he can. This year he wants to climb 400 stories. Stories are levels in a building, okay? The Burj in the United Arab Emirates is the world's tallest building with 163 stories. The Petronas Towers, the tallest building in Malaysia, was 88 stories. And the Kafing Tower in China has 89. If Terrell climbs these 3 buildings, how many more stories would he need to climb to reach his goal of 400? Okay? So we are going to estimate. So, first off, my number, we're going to use let's use our close to method, okay, to round. What is 163 close to? Keegan? 160, 165, what?
160.
Okay, good. 160, let's do that one. You guys don't need to write this, just be following along. What about 88, Mary? What is that close to?
90.
90. And Joseph, what's 89 close to?
90.
90, good. So now let's just add to see what our estimate would be, okay? 0 plus 0 plus 0 is?
0.
Good. 6 plus 9 is?
15.
Plus 9 more?
24.
24, good. So we're going to put 4. Carry our 2. 2 plus 1 is? 3. All right. So if he climbs 340 stories, we need 400 stories. What's 400 minus 340, Bella?
60.
Good. So where it says estimate, our estimate answer is 60 stories. Okay? Our estimate answer is 60 stories. Okay? That's our estimation. We're not sure, but that's about how many more he needs. Boyleon, did you write 60? Okay. Put your pencil down, please. So now, where it says number model with answer, yes. Where it says estimate for number 1. Okay. Now, when we write a number story, this is going to be a little different, okay? So I want you guys to follow along. We're going to write our number story first, or our number sentence. How many stories do we need all together? Everyone.
400.
400. So I'm going to write 400 down in a better way than that. 400. So we have to take away the stories that we already climbed, right? So we know we're subtracting. But we're not subtracting just one number. We're subtracting a group of numbers added together, right? So I'm going to put it in parentheses. Everyone write down what I already have. 400 minus, and then a start of parentheses. Write that in your number for where it says number model with answer. We're doing our number model right now. Okay? So number 1, number model. This is where we're going to add up the stories. So we had 163, right? But we needed to add 88, and we needed to add 89, okay? Do you understand what this is? This is how many stories we need to climb. I guess he does. We don't have to climb them. This is how many the buildings had. So we're adding these together, then we're going to subtract it. Since this is in parentheses, we do this first, okay? So over here, I'm just going to write so I can figure out my answer. 163 plus 88 plus 89, okay? What's 3 plus 8? Everyone?
11.
11 plus 9?
99.
No, 11 plus 9. 11 plus 9.
20.
20. We need to carry our 2. 2 plus 6 is?
8.
Plus 8.
16.
Plus 8 more.
24.
24. 2 plus 1 is?
3.
3. So we actually got the same thing in our estimate, didn't we? So we did a pretty good job estimating. But, so what I figured out was this equals 340. These three numbers, look at me. These three numbers equal 340. I still have to do 400 minus 340. Okay? So what's 400 minus 340?
60.
60. So this, I'm going to circle it in blue. This is what goes on that number model line. Okay? This was just me showing my work for this part. Okay? You also need to make sure you put 60 where it says answer blank stories. So make sure you write 60 in that spot as well. Okay? All right. Now look at number 2. Terrell climbed 4 buildings in the United States. In Chicago, he climbed the Willis Tower with 108 stories, the John Hancock Center, 100 stories. In New York City, he climbed the Empire State Building with 102 stories, and the Bank of America Tower, 54 stories. How many stories did he climb in all? Okay, so this one, we don't even have that difficult of a number story because all we're doing is adding, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so we need to estimate first, right? Let's do close to again, because it's going to work for this one too. For 108, or what are we close to? 100, 105, 110, Bella?
110.
110. What about for 100 stories? That's pretty easy. We're at 100, right?
Mhm.
What about for 102? Grace?
I think that would be 100 still.
Good. And 54. Samara, are we close to 50, 55, or 60? Are we closer to 60 than 55? There we go, 55. Good job. All right. So we got 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 5. 5. 1 plus 0 plus 0 plus 5. 6. And 1 plus 1 plus 1.
3.
3. So our estimated answer is 365. Okay? Is it okay that after you solve it, if your estimation wasn't close? Yeah? That just means that it worked. We might have done it right, but it just didn't get us a close enough answer. Okay? So there's nothing wrong if after we solve this, we're off. Okay? The last one just worked out where we were correct. Okay? So this is what you need to put on your estimate line for number 2. Okay? Now, we need to make a number model with our answer. Here, we don't need to do anything in parentheses. We're just adding them. So we have 108. 108 plus 100 plus 102 plus 54. Okay? Equals, we don't know yet. Okay, so we have 8 plus 2 is
10.
plus 4 is
14.
14. Thank you, Bella. We have to carry a 1 over my tens place. So I have 1 plus 0 is
1.
plus 0
1.
plus 0
1.
plus 5.
6.
6. Now 1 plus 1 plus 1.
3.
3. This is my real answer. 364. Were we close?
Yes.
Yes, we were pretty close, weren't we? This needs to go on your number model line. And this needs to go where answer is as well. Okay? So you need to write your answer in 2 places. Let's do number 3 together. Is this making sense? You're just reading a story, solving the problem, okay? Terrell climbed 4 buildings for the total of 472 stories. He climbed the Burj, which was 163, the Abraj Al-Bat in Saudi Arabia, which was 120, the Tabi 101 in Taiwan, 101 stories, and another tall building. How many stories tall was the last building? So, this is going to be like our other one. They gave us numbers and then we had to subtract something, okay? So, for this one, Samara, pay attention. For this one, we are going to, let's just round, okay? Let's just round. So, 163. If we round that, 163, not very big. If we round 163 to the nearest tenth, what are we going to get? Grace?
160.
Good, 160. Whatever's in the front stays the same. We look at the number next to it, we go down or stay the same, and then it becomes a 0. Then we have 120, which we can just keep 120, right? Because we're rounding to the 10th. It's already a full 10th. And then 101. 101. We're rounding to the nearest tens place. What are we going to have? Leanne? Can you answer it for me though? If I'm rounding here.
100.
Good, 100. Now, let's add these numbers up. We have 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 6 plus 2 plus 0 is 8. And then 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So, we have this answer, but what do we still have to do? There's something we still have to do. What is it, Charisma? How many stories did he climb?
472.
Good, 472. He only climbed, like the buildings we know of, was 380, right? So we have to figure out how big the last building was. 2 minus 0 is 2. Can we do 7 minus 8? No, so we have to borrow. This becomes a 3. This becomes a 17. 17 minus 8 is 9. 3 minus 3 is 0. So this is our estimated answer. That it is 92 stories. That's our estimated answer. Okay? 92 stories. Now, we need to write a number model and see what we really get. So, just like before, we're going to put 472 minus, and then in parentheses, put the numbers we know. Because this is how many we need, and then we're subtracting a large group of numbers added together. Okay? So, we had 163 plus 120 plus 101, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So now let's add these numbers up for real. 163 plus 120 plus 101. 3 plus 0 plus 1 is 4. 6 plus 2 plus 0 is
8.
and 1 plus 1 plus 1 is
3.
384. So that's like me crossing this out. I'm not going to, but everyone look. This is like if I just cross this out and put 472 minus 384. Okay? So now let's do that. 472 minus 384. Now, can we do 2 minus 4?
No.
No, so we have to borrow. This becomes a 6. 12 minus 4 is 8. Good. Can we do 6 minus 8? No, so we have to borrow. That becomes a 3. This becomes a 16. 16 minus 8 is 8. 3 minus 3 is 0. So our real answer is 88. We were 4 off, right? Not too bad. Okay, so this is what you need to write on the number model, and you need to make sure you put your answer in another spot as well, where it says answer, okay? And I'm going to turn the video off and do a second video for the rest of this lesson.